Matt said, I think 4 people last weekend gave their lives to the Lord, and that just before COVID, I think 8 people got baptised. So people are turning their lives around. They're recovering from addictions and trauma, reconnecting with family, which is so important. So like Jason said, we really believe strongly in equality, and we support both men and women from all walks of life. The breakdown of the family is a huge thing, and it impacts lives so greatly. And many of the funding and charity solutions, they only focus on women and children, which is so needed, but there are men hurting as well. And so what we do is we support both men and women, and we really strongly believe in that reconnection, redevelopment of family. And one recent example is one of our caretakers, and I'll hand over to Jason to tell Fiona a little bit about her story.
So I'm finally qualified as a social worker for the last few years. So I've been teaching thousands of other students to be social workers and how to help these people. And Fiona was a dump and run, as we sort of call it. Her daughter dropped her to the shelter within 10 minutes. We hadn't finished doing the interview and the daughter had left. And then we soon found out why, with dealing with Fiona and her poor issues with drug issues and chronic anxiety and depression. And we found out she was forcing her daughter to go pick up her drugs for her on a weekly basis. She was becoming a hermit, and her poor daughter with 2 young kids had to do everything for her mother. And so I butted heads with her a bit because of fatherly love, trying to get her out to do the shops and stand on her own 2 feet again. Because this is a 60-year-old woman that should be able to do this sort of basic stuff. And over a period of time, and it's taken 2 years, she's got her family back. She's an asset now to her daughter, where her daughter actually says, please come over and entrust her with her kids. And so she goes on holidays now, the daughter, and that whole relationship's totally healed. She's an asset to our community, where she's actively being trained up to be a qualified social worker. She's giving, she's a caretaker, she's trained in medicine assistants that we have to be licensed for. There's all these other things that she's doing, and she's just a perfect role model of what can really happen if you just take that next step and actually believe. And we've got a great system of what we're doing, but we just need like the heavens to open up and flood us with money. Back to it has just started, by the way.
We provide 24-hour supported accommodation, inclusive of all services. We provide on-site case management, rehab recovery, dedicated life skills course, trauma recovery, domestic violence support. So everything people need is on-site. And really the government is not going to solve this problem of homelessness and disconnection. So it's only through the creation of communities and supported by other communities that we see breakthroughs. Our core function is the creation of communities, because what we find is the people who stay with us, they become their own family. They might be ostracised by other, their real families, but they become support and family and community to each other. So it's time for us to stand together as a community to reach as many lives as we can, as New Hope does. With a housing crisis, a healthcare crisis, increasing cost of living, increased family breakdown, now more than ever, reaching people and changing lives is just so important.